Hi guys, today I have a great rainy day project, and that is to pot up my geranium seedlings. Aren't they beautiful? They're really beautiful. The problem is there's really nothing to differentiate the two different types. I had them growing in milk jugs when I initially planted them, and they are grown indoors. They were on a heating vent, but I thought that would be a nice way to keep the moisture in. But what happened was I cut off the top, and now that they've been separated from the top, I'm not sure which is which, but you know, that can happen. The good thing is I plan to use these on my deck and intermingle them, and that was always my plan. So it almost doesn't matter in my case, but I would recommend keeping better track of what type of seedlings you're growing. But hindsight is 20/20. Let me show you the two that I grew. And I started these December 5th. I started them really early. Oh, these were just true leaf. I think I ordered these off of Amazon. So this was Pinto Geranium Deep Red. And I have saved my other geraniums that were a deep red color, and I just adore them. And I was looking for more of the same that I could grow from seed. Now, seed does not always grow true, so we'll have to see what it gives me. Last year I grew violet geraniums, and some of them were just pink. So, and they're lovely, but like I said, seed doesn't always grow true. And then the second seed packet is from Park Seed, and these were the Maverick White geraniums. So I guess I had about 10 seeds of each. So we'll see how many individual plants I have here. It's kind of gotten hard to tell how many plants are in these, but they're only planted in a couple inches of soil. I don't know if you can tell through that, but it's time to give them their own pot. So I'm going to get started, and I love this kind of project. I have just a regular spoon and a spatula from the kitchen to assist me in getting these out of these little tubs. I'm going to be very gentle with my geranium babies, but as you know, I'm just crazy about geraniums. So I really did not want to start and look after a lot of seedlings. And I've gone ahead and done it anyway. I've even started more seedlings than this. I'm able to do that because I do have a couple shelves of grow lights, and it is really important that you have a lot of light when you're growing seedlings. You want them to have a good start. As usual, I went against what I thought I would do, but I'm basically just kind of loosening up the soil here and gently tugging until I feel the roots release. Now, geraniums aren't plants with big roots at all. So, oh, I really separated it from the soil it was in. But here we go. Here it is. Let me show you how cute that is. And like I said, they don't need a huge root system to look fantastic on top. So this deeper size container will do just fine until spring comes, when I can plant them outside. In my zone, I have to wait till May when the last danger of frost is over. But once I get the greenhouse, the polytunnel recovered, I'll be able to put them out in the polytunnel probably in mid to late April, where they can acclimate to being outside. So I'm just scooping a little bit in there, and I'm gonna put in some Miracle-Gro potting mix. And I'm just gonna go ahead and scoop that out from down here. I did mix in a little bit of municipal compost, so I hope these plants like it. I just needed to stretch my Miracle-Gro. So I've made sure to put some of the soil it's used to around the roots. And I'm just gonna make a little hole and tuck those roots down. And I'm gonna press it in. And just like that, it's gonna have its new home, and it's gonna have plenty of room to grow. I've actually, the last couple weeks, felt a little guilty about their cramped living quarters, but they actually grow really well as seeds. They germinate really well when they're all together. So that is why I started them like that, Plus it is a space saver, so that's another reason I start them together. Aside from the fact that they seem to help each other germinate in the beginning. So now it's got its own home. And once I get all of these planted, I'm gonna go ahead and give them a water. But look, I mean, you could even go to the nursery and find something as small as this sometimes. So that is a seed geranium all planted up. And I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the rest of these. I'm making sure not to leave any dirt on the leaves. That's just not good for it. And like I said, this is going to be a mix of its old soil with the new soil I'm providing. Now this little container, bottom of a milk jug, had 4. So I'll get 4 out of here. But I'm filling it up about halfway with the soil it's already been in. So hopefully it won't be too much of a shock. The soil culture won't be changing too much. And I'm just leaning down here to get my soil from the bucket of soil I have here. All I'm doing is scooping it in. And I'll tap it down, put it in place. And I am trying to bury it as deep as it was buried before. I don't want to overbury these. Okay, I think that one's done too. And I'm going to go ahead and pot up the rest of these. Guys, look how nice this looks. I wonder if you're at the point of repotting up any of your seedlings yet. Obviously, I just started it really early. But that's fine with me. You get a little bit of a head start. And by the time 2 months rolls around from here, these should be quite sizable. My next container had 5, and I know it looks a little drastic to sort of dig them out like this. They don't bring up much soil, but that's because they don't have a really huge root system. But at this point, with all the leaves that they have on top and as quickly as they're growing, it's really a good idea to give them their own container after about 2 months. So I'm going to go ahead and pot these up. And let me show you what my soil looks like, guys. This is just a mix of Miracle-Gro, and I've put in some of the municipal compost. So hopefully it'll like it, but it's a light, airy mix. And I'm just putting them in their new container and tamping it down. And at the end, we'll give it a big water. And just like that, guys, we have 18 geraniums, and they're in nursery-sized containers. They're going to be able to grow quite large before I plant them up. I feel like I'm going to have a nursery by the time spring rolls around. So this is just amazing. I probably spent about $10 on seed and $5 to $10 on soil, and I reused my pots. So for $20, I got 18 geraniums, and they happen to be my favorite flower. As you know, I do also try to save them from year to year, and I'm pretty successful with that. I get a good percentage from year to year, so I'm set for a few years. If I bring some of these in, some of my favorites, it should be great. But let me give them a little water, and maybe even by the time I plant them, I'll know what kind they are. If they put up a bloom before I even put them in the container, I'll know which is which. But like I said, either way, I want to do a dark red, white, and purple to blue theme on all of my container pots on my deck and on the patio. So everything will be to my plan anyway, even if I end up planting these without knowing which color they are, white or red. But guys, geraniums are super easy to grow. You can actually grow them any time of year inside. I've never actually grown them outside. I've always started them indoors and then planted them out as, once they reach quite a bit of maturity, I plant them out into my pots where they grow huge. So I hope you're having fun with your seedlings. I hope you have something started, and when spring rolls around and our last frost dates pass, we'll have some great things to plant. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time.